I didn't smarten up until I looked into things myself, doing things myself, but some people need a little bit more support.
An ex-gang member who now teaches youth how to stay out of jail is speaking out against the lack of resources available for those on bail. This at a time the Assembly of Manitoba Chiefs voices frustration about the province's new 5-point community safety plan.
They didn't give me no resources to change myself, to help me change myself. They didn't give me no support. They just pushed me out.
When Tim Barron was a gang member, he reoffended many times, which he says was in large part due to the lack of supports in jail and out of jail, saying the province's new 5-point community safety plan does the opposite of what's needed by keeping people in jail longer instead of helping them get back on their feet.
Granting the Crown Attorney's prosecutors' rights to be bail denied, and it's just going to keep more men and more women inside. That's their job, that's their duty, that's what they're paid for.
Barron has turned his life around, now speaking at schools in Winnipeg and in Manitoba First Nations as part of a grassroots Indigenous-led organization called the Four Sacred Hearts, which helps youth not follow the same path they did, and says all the real change is happening in the communities, not through the province.
We need the government to recognize us and to value us as organizations as being helpers to people inside but also outside.
The Assembly of Manitoba Chiefs also reacted to the new plan, with Grand Chief Kathy Merrick saying she is extremely disappointed in the provincial government's neglect of its duty to consult with First Nations leadership in formulating a plan for provincial bail system reform.
We had a lot to offer in terms of what impacts our First Nations when our people get released from the systems that they're in, and that we be able to ensure that we're heard as to what we can provide, but it's coming from the top down to First Nations, and that's not right.
The AMC is also saying that this new bill stands in direct contravention of provisions 15.2 and 19 of the UNDRIP, further eroding the relationship between First Nations and the provincial government.
We have to be there to be able to be at the table, to be able to discuss the issues that affect our First Nation people.
In Winnipeg, Mitchell Ringos, City News.